we're back.
Hey.
Lewis is tired. Lewis is a little bit hungry.
Oh.
Lewis has got to go to work and make the big ones.
I've got to go to work soon, but I can stay for a little bit longer, I guess. It would be nice. So last time we were talking about how
you should listen to your mom when she tells you that you need to get out of the house. You need to get a haircut. You need to get a real job. You need to clean your act up and don't be a slob. And you don't want to end up like your big brother Bob. And that's why you have to get a haircut and get a real job. Oh, crap. We got to fight. We have no energy. Oh, jeez. Are you ready for this?
Yeah, I'm quite enjoying
the timing of this was terrible.
That's okay.
It was really bad.
Don't worry about
it. Sorry.
So, do you think this is one of these things that people sort of say about millennials or the younger generation? And we are part of that. Well, I suppose. Well, I'm on the very.
I'm not.
I think you can be a millennial if you were born from about
1981,
81 onwards. Yes. So I was 83. So I'm like the oldest millennial
that you know.
Well, not quite, but
I mean, I joke about this sometimes with Hat Films because they're younger, right? And I always say like that they're a bunch of filthy millennials who are like entitled and they don't appreciate the good things and all this stuff. And like, you know, the reality is that, you know, they're not that. Well, it's a weird thing, isn't it? When you're really young, you can tell when somebody's, you know, 1 or 2 years younger than you, or, you know, 5 years younger than you. There's like huge difference.
Oh yeah.
In that. When you're older, there's not much difference. You know, people sort of like, in terms of like personality and sort of like things that you do and you're into, you kind of like plateau in your mid-20s, don't you? You just sort of like
Hat Films and me and you and Duncan are all much of a muchness. I think we feel very like kindred spirits, and I think Harry in the same way. Even though we know he's young, we still he is just one of us, and there's no age boundaries there. Whereas I think when I was at school, associating with people in the year below me was kind of frowned upon, you know.
Yeah.
But I did have a few friends in those years. It's not that we didn't, but it kind of just wasn't done.
Were they real friends, or were they just like drug friends? Did you have any just drug friends? Like people that you would never invite over to your house or introduce to your parents or even really talk on the phone, but people that you were more than happy to just like stand outside and smoke cigarettes with and
Weirdly, the drug friends that I had were actually, this was a pretty unique thing in my school. They actually overlapped with the nerdiest computer room guys. Okay.
Oh.
So there were this group of people who hung out in the computer room every day, and they were all these mega nerds. And
was that you?
No, I wasn't.
Oh,
I was
gonna say, holy shit, I gotta go. I mean, I think that like a bus just hit my garage or something.
I kind of hovered around between groups. I wasn't one of the guys who went out clubbing when I was 16 and drank a lot of beer and, you know, was the cool guys who got to sit at the back of the bus, kind of the cool club. I wasn't in that. No, I wasn't in the computer room guys. I wasn't in the real chess club problem, but. There was this kind of group of they were cool guys, and they were smoking a lot of weed at lunchtime in school uniform, and they all got expelled. And
nice.
It just happened that it was a group of about sort of 6 of them, but only like 3 or 4 of them were there on that day. And if you were unlucky, because I'd been down with them. If I had been unlucky, my life would have completely changed.
You would have got done for the weed.
Done for smoking the reefer.
Oh, man, you would have gone to jail. Because it's really strict, too. You know,
back
if you get caught with doing a weed, you're fucking...
Back then, it was done. It was prison time.
It was prison, hard time, hard labor, too.
But nowadays, they'd probably say, oh, he's just got a bit of affluenza. Let's put him in a special class for it and give him a little trophy that says, well done.
Yeah, it says, well done on your weed.
Your weed problem.
Weed addiction.
Yeah.
You kicked that weed habit well and truly.
You know, what do you think about people getting what do you think about the generation being a bit coddled? Or people say this all the time, okay?
Not about millennials.
When I say stuff, okay, you have to understand that I'm not saying it, but I'm just saying what I've heard as being a general perception. What do you feel about millennials being coddled and being given awards for not achieving and being patted on the back even though they don't work hard? And
I think it's bullshit. I think, earn it. Stop crying about it and get out there and earn it, you big babies. That's my message to millennials. Oh, what is this? What does hard bone do? Block modifier. We don't want to block. We want to beef hammer the night away. Whoa, what does triple punch do? Strike modifier. If active, causes boxing punches to be delivered in series more often and reduces their energy consumption. Okay, yeah, we're going for the triple punch.
I think millennials are quite happy in terms of their outlook. I think they're more upbeat than the older generations are.
They're all like bohemians and stuff too, aren't they? Millennials traditionally all wear turtlenecks, hang out in coffee shops. They have like a lot of Apple products.
Yeah, they're very liberal. They're very socially liberal in terms of they care.
They would never fight back if they got mugged.
They care about
this
organic
is the thing.
food,
Generation X,
gay rights.
If you're part of Generation X and you got mugged at knife point, you'd fucking fight back. Okay?
Yeah.
Because that's the generation that you're from. If you're a millennial, you're a pussy, okay? You get mugged at knife point, you're like crying and pissing your pants and you can't get your wallet out of your pocket fast enough to give it over and stuff. And that's the difference.
That is the difference, yeah.
That's the difference right
there.
But
also, those millennials, they probably wouldn't have any money in their wallet, okay?
No.
Because they
Bitcoins.
They pay for everything on their iWatch, right? Or whatever.
Yeah.
And so it's like, but they'll be mugged for their phone.
They'd start laughing at the mugger. They'd be like, like I carry my bitcoins around in my pocket.
But even then, they'd probably just say, oh, take my phone, here you go. And because I know I can just get a new one from insurance
from my dad.
Or whatever, from my dad. Yeah.
My dad, who's like the president of a Fortune 500 company. Because everyone's dad is nowadays, aren't they?
Or they're looking forward to tweeting about it. They're like, I can't wait to get home and tweet about being mugged.
Can't wait to tweet about this.
This is such a good story.
Traumatic experience. Yeah.
Yeah.
They're a funny breed, aren't they, millennials? I mean, having said that, we did sort of say that you are a millennial and you don't really do those things. It's weird how the generations, like the labels for generations, cut off at certain points, because I would say that you and I are from the same generation. You were born 3 years after me, early 80s, going into like the 90s, growing up in the 90s and stuff. We're from like the same sort of generation, aren't we? But we're not classed as being part of the same generation, which I think is like kind of sad. It'd be like if they had to put people from Generation X on a boat and people from millennials on a boat. We'd be standing at the dock thinking, oh, cool, we like grew up in the same time and, we're familiar with the same things. We're going to be totally on the same boat. And then, no, we're on different boats. And then it's like the Titanic. We're crying and stuff at sea, longing to be in each other's company because you're just going to be stuck with a bunch of crying millennials who are like trying to buy, food on their watch or whatever. And I'm with all the cool, tough Generation X kids who are just fighting each other and headbutting each other all over the boat.
Do you think... Okay, so let's assume... So I guess every generation is just a step down or step up from the one that came before in terms of many things, okay? And it feels like the direction that we're going is certainly more towards things like being very permissive over gay rights. I did say that one, but also... Also non-religious. I think that a lot more people, as the generations have gone by, a lot less people are religious or regularly practicing religion in some way.
Yeah.
Many of them, I think, are getting married later or not getting married at all. There's a lot of things that are happening and a lot of beliefs. I think they're a lot more permissive of things like drug use and marijuana. I think they are certainly more technologically minded, but also perhaps more educated around finance. I think they're slightly less likely to take out credit card debt and things like this. That if in some ways. So I'm just kind of thinking, what if it keeps stepping down? Generation Y, Generation X, the millennials. the next one, whatever that generation is going to be called, what do you think that they are going to believe in? What are they going to be permissive?
Well,
what's the next most extreme thing? I reckon they're going to be totally cool about having sex with robots.
Well, I think that's definitely the next step for humans, isn't it? I mean, we've always been really fascinated with robots, and you know, even like if you go on YouTube now, there's like videos of like, you know, pretty sweet robots that look like humans and stuff. And I think it's inevitable as human beings, especially as a male human being. I mean, you're thinking about sex all the time. You know, you want to have sex all the time, more or less.
That's right.
And robots will facilitate that because, you know, a robot is never going to be like, I'm not in the mood or whatever. You know, robots up for it all the time.
Robots don't get headaches.
I think No, they don't, though. I mean, sometimes they might encounter like a bug or something where they just sort of flip out.
They glitch out. Yeah.
Rip your dick off. But, you know, other than that, like, I think that they're pretty easygoing. And I think that man's desire to have sex with all things will just sort of evolve towards wanting to have sex with robots.
I think that
why not?
I think that that's going to be a very.
I mean, men in their multitudes currently already are having sex with retrofitted flashlight. So, what's the difference, really? Like, you know, if you're going to stick your dick into a flashlight, which has been modified slightly to be a bit more accommodating to your dick.
Yeah, flashlight.
You know, what's the difference? You might as well just have sex with a robot or with your washing machine or anything else. I mean, I think we're almost there, actually.
Yeah, I mean, that's one of the things they seem to be doing as well. It's blending things together. So, in many ways, for example, I used to have a separate washing machine and dryer, but now they're combined. I used to, you know, keep a wallet and a phone in my pocket, but now I can use Apple Pay, and before long, I won't need a wallet at all. Okay.
Yeah.
So what they're going to do is they're going to put robot sex partners, combine that with the washing machine, and it will fit in your pocket, so you can take it anywhere. It'll just fold out, I guess.
I wish I was a millennial now, actually, because I think you could, as a millennial, you could justify having your portable clothes washing robot sex machine. You could take it to like the coffee shop with you, and it could be programmed to safely remove your turtleneck and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But as somebody who's from Generation X, I think if somebody saw me doing that, they would know straight away by the way that I walk and the way that I talk and the way that I dress myself that I'm not a millennial. And they would see me pull out this apparatus for self-pleasure and also cleaning my clothes, and they would laugh at me, I think.
Well, do you know what, though?
I don't think they'd be very accepting of that at all.
Then they would be going against one of their core traits, which is acceptance of your body, of your type, and it would be very much... True. It would be... In fact, it might be even illegal to laugh at old people like you.
In the future,
yeah,
you mean.
The cops would come down on that stuff. That would be written into law.
I didn't really think of that.
That you could hurt they could hurt your feelies. Right?
Oh yeah, that's the thing. That's the big no-no.
I think that will be the thing that future generations are very. That it used to be sticks and stones may break my bones, but names will never hurt me.
Yeah.
Now, no one's using sticks and stones, right? So
no, because we've evolved past that now.
So now we've sorted that out, right? Sticks and stones. Yeah. Now we need to deal with the names that actually do hurt people. You know?
Yeah, that's the thing. I mean, they always told us that names will never hurt you, but now it turns out that
always
actually
a lie,
names are hurting people.
Because it always did hurt when someone called
every
you a name,
day,
right? Yeah. They were mean, and they should be punished for being mean. So
they should. Yeah.
I think that.
What kind of punishment do you think befits somebody being mean?
I think they should have their dick chopped off.
Whoa.
Yeah.
And then shoved into their ass as well.
Yeah. And then
for good measure.
Yeah.
For science.
Yes, for science. I don't think that's too extreme. No, do you know what? I think they should attend a sensitivity training course, okay?
Yeah.
Where they learn that other people's... That sticks and stones may break their bones, but names also do hurt them.
Their bones.
And they'll get, deep inside, it hurts them. Yeah.
Deep down inside. I think you're right. I think you're onto something here.
I am.
And I don't want to steal your thunder, but it's time to say goodbye.
Okay. Thank you for watching. Goodbye.
Thanks, bye.